check out another one now and see where this takes
Let's do
us.
that.
I'm interested in truth. Was there a creator or was there not a creator? Now, I know this is a popular view today because Hawking popularized it. There's no need for a creator. There's nothing for a creator to do. But I've analyzed his arguments very carefully. In fact, I've written a book about them called God and Stephen Hawking. And his method of getting rid of a creator, to my mind, does not work at all. Because what he does, and others do the same thing, like Lawrence Krauss of Arizona State University, they talk about the universe. Well, let me quote Hawking to you. He says, because there is a law such as gravity, the universe can and will create itself from nothing. Now, when I first read that, and that's the key statement in the book by Hawking and Mlodinow, The Grand Design, that's the key statement, I was staggered. Because it's self-contradictory to start with. Because there is a law of gravity, because there is something.
Okay, that's all of that one. How about that? I mean, I'm going to use the creator's creation to say there's not a creator. Isn't that pretty much what Stephen Hawking proposed? Because there is gravity, where did it come from? There is no creator. Where did gravity come from if it wasn't created?
Well, I'm intrigued. A lot of people are not quite sure what the nature of gravity is, but it appeared to be only present when masses attract other masses. Something that has substance is acting upon, at a distance, another thing that has substance. There are things. And I would challenge any cosmologist or physicist to consider gravity existing in a massless space.
Which is
How does
part of the problem.
gravity exist?
What does it operate from?
How does gravity exist in a massless?
How do you create me some gravity? Go to the lab and create me some gravity.
That he's claiming that a gravitational law exists. The nature of gravitational law is to be able to predict with some degree of certainty using mathematical formulae and observed behavior of gravity, that certain things are going to happen if this or that or the other system is affected. So I'm intrigued to hear his argument that gravity exists in an otherwise universe that's not populated by anything else.
Yeah. There's nothing there, but there is somehow.
gravity.
It's in Hawking's view.
No, he just says a law of gravity.
That's right.
So a law of gravity, he's now saying,
How does the law exist without the mechanism to make it exist?
Well, I think Leonid Mlodinow, I think his co-writer.
Did you just stutter that?
No, that's his actual name. Would you believe?
His parents have a lot to answer for.
Mlodinow. Mlodinow, yeah. Like molybdenum.
Mlodinow.
So they, from what I've read a portion of their book, have to postulate that universes come into being because out of a neutral nothing, there is universe and anti-universe. And so they will base that on the fact that neutrinos exist and antineutrinos exist, and when they clash, they dissolve into nothing. And extrapolate that to beyond the nanometric, the microcosmic view, that therefore this is what the universe must be like.
Yeah, well.
Matter exists because antimatter exists. And prior to that, nothing existed, but matter came into being, and antimatter came into being because nothing split into something and anti-something.
Yeah. How does that even...
Is that true? Have you got a universe of anti-something somewhere? Or are you just postulating that's a lot of faith that goes into that?
Well,
because how would you detect it?
And so the antimatter and also the dark matter, there's
Well, still matter.
Still
in this universe. Or are we surrounded by matter and antimatter, and it's sort of interchangeable?
I understand.
This is a fantasy land for cosmophysicists.
So speaking of fantasy land, let's look at our last one now. And then this is back to Dick Dawkins again, and he's given us
Lovely
a good
Dick.
fodder. I think so. And while I despise what he has done, it's good to have a thorn in your flesh to make you sharp on things. But this is where I think Christianity is actually a thorn in his flesh, and